Julie's sending me text messages while the timer's going off.
Because I was going to ask you before we started, and then Amber had a story to tell, and then I didn't get to it, and then I was like, but I want to know because I have the document open, so I was checking first.
Yeah, look, I'm sitting here dancing, and all of a sudden I get a text message, and it's Julie, and I'm like, what's that bitch texted me for?
You know.
Also, you sent me some knitting patterns for socks. They're beautiful. They're lovely. They're way beyond my scope of what I can do.
Well, I wasn't like telling you to make me these socks, but I thought if it was something you were interested in, those are some badass knitting patterns for socks.
Yeah.
I would be lucky to make a sock that was sock shaped.
I really liked
I'm not very good with the knitting.
I liked her cross stitch stuff, but I've never cross stitched a thing in my life, and I don't need a new hobby.
I have not either, but that used to be Julie's thing.
I'm a cross stitcher. My large projects are all downstairs in the shed in a box, probably getting eaten away by
moths.
Yeah, but whatever. I was like, I have nowhere to put them when I get here, but what ifs? I can't get rid of them. They're huge.
And they probably took you many hours.
So long.
You could use them as wall hangings.
Hi. Hello. Welcome, everybody.
Door hangings. I realize you don't have wall space. It's covered with books and crystals.
We have no open wall space that's not covered in glittery things or dead trees. How goes everyone? What?
I don't know where you were going, like dead and then a P word, and I was like, dead pigs? What were you going for? Dead trees.
It said dead trees.
You stuttered in the middle of it, and I wasn't
sure.
Did I? You did.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. How was everybody's week? Everybody have a good week? Did you have a nice holiday week?
My week was okay. It was shorter, which I appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been existing. I'm behind at work. I've been rotting in my coffin.
You know what, though? It's valid.
You do what you can do.
Shingles sucks. Do not recommend. 10 out of 10.
No. I not directly after these sprints, but on Monday, my mother had a grand mal seizure, got rushed to the hospital, and I drove out on Friday to the Poconos and back again to install an app that would track her seizures and alert us if she had another one. That's been fun.
Oh.
Which so far has been crying wolf a lot.
Going off nonstop because she's still learning how to use her Apple Watch and the app, and it keeps like inadvertently alerting us, and we're like, we all have the numbers stored under mom's having a seizure, and it keeps popping up on my phone, and she's just like, I'm fine, I hit a button. Okay, cool.
You know, the bright side, though, that's actually kind of an interesting thing, because if you could just hit a button and it alerts people, like you could hit that if you were kidnapped or fallen and you couldn't get up.
It actually is like because my parents don't live anywhere near their children. We're all like 2 hours away. So my father was really nervous that like he's going to be outside or he's going to be gone somewhere and something's going to happen and he won't know. This way it goes out to myself and my 3 sisters and him, and we get a simultaneous phone call, text, and email. So, and that's if her heart rate goes too high, too low, or senses erratic movements. So I was like, just don't dance because you can't, and it'll probably think something bad's happening.
Call us before you go party.
Call us before you party. But yeah, so that was a lot of my week. Well, like all around, not bad. I did, as I said I was going to, get all of my query stuff ready. I've got my query letter, my 1-page synopsis, my blurbs, my one-liner, my paragraph, all my pages are set up and ready to go. But I did talk to an author friend, and I'm not going to send them. I was hoping to send them before today. I'm not going to send them until Tuesday, because by the time I had everything ready, it was like Friday, and then I'm just going to end up in like a Monday slush pile. So I'm going to let them get set up tomorrow, and then I'll send out Tuesday or Wednesday. Maybe not Tuesday, because we're going to be gone a lot of the day. Maybe Wednesday.
We are going to be gone a lot of the day Tuesday because it's someone I know's birthday.
Not mine.
It's me.
I can't.
That's because she's here.
Yeah.
And we're going to go do like this augmented reality thing. It's like VR, but you still see the room around you and it adds stuff to the room.
That sounds horrifying.
Like interactive and stuff. It seems really, really cool.
I'm going to check it out. I hope I don't get motion sickness.
Yeah, that's
like there's one where you're like you travel through like space and it tells you like the different planets and the different stars, and
yeah,
it's really cool.
I'm excited. We'll see. I've been exhausted fighting headaches and had a stomach bug. My goodness. But also started a new story. There you go.
I have been like playing around with a story that I want to do, but it's just to get me excited enough to write it so that I finish the one that I'm working on.
Yeah. I prepped the one that I'm going to be working on whilst querying. I've got my next one ready to edit. So I'm good. I've got a good lineup. So I'm pretty excited.
However, I can count on probably one hand the amount of times I've written in the last 6 months.
I can count on no hands how many times I've written in the last 6 months. Actually, that's not true. But yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well,
I was thinking I did do some writing, but I didn't. I did some plotting for a project I'm working on for Wallace.
Yeah. Very
That's
good.
it. I did DNF 2 books, finished a book called Looking for Smoke by K.A. Coble, which was a 5-star. It is a Indigenous owned voices story. It is like a murder mystery thriller. It's YA. Okay. It is her debut. It deals a lot with the murdered and missing Indigenous women and the Two Feather Project. But the way that she talks about...
Hi, Merlin.
Hi, Merlin in your butthole. The way that she talks about like the culture is very immersive and very surprising for a debut author. Like you don't normally get that level of skill of immersiveness from a debut author. It was very, very good.
Very nice.
So, and now I'm reading Queen of Shadows for tomorrow.
It's a logical follow-up.
I'm having the best time. So listen, say what you want about her. I'm not her biggest fan, and I don't buy anything of hers new. I buy everything secondhand because she's kind of a terrible person. But her books are fun. They're a fun time.
They are a fun time. I don't
know if you still feel that way come like book 5.
I'm on Queen of Shadows. I'm on this is book 5, right? 4?
I don't know. When you get to Kale's story, come back and let me know.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I haven't read any of that series. I only read her ACOTAR series.
This is technically book 4, but we've read the prequels, so it's the 5th book I've read of the series. Yeah. Danica is also currently reading the ACOTAR series. She finished book 1 in 5 days, and then texted me last week from the closest Barnes and Noble and was like, I can't find the book in the store and I'm not talking to people. Where do I find it? So I had to tell her what section of the bookstore to look at so she could find the second book because she's not asking anyone. Obsessed.
Yeah.
So.
No, they're fun. I get it. I don't know what I was reading last time. I was here. I finished Adelaide. And
finally.
I know.
You started reading that book before you guys lived there.
That is true. And then everybody was like, it's going to destroy you emotionally. Don't read it yet. And then I read it and I was like, have I gone numb? Because nothing. But
sometimes it's hard for a book to make you feel things when it's something that you've lived through and already dealt with the trauma of, or are in the process of dealing with the trauma of.
But it had nothing to do with trauma like that. It was like a toxic relationship. It was like a romantic relationship trauma. And I don't know what I was expecting, but everybody was like, oh, it's going to be really rough. And I was like, it's like, no, it wasn't.
Relationship trauma. Ugh.
I was like, listen, like baby Julie might have had like a more visceral reaction to it, but like adult me was like, no. Yeah. So I'm reading Piranesi now and Dawn Kurtagich's adult debut, The Madness. And I'm still reading for like the 6th month in a row, To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Palin. But having to drive out to see my mom did allow me to read like 4 hours of the audiobook, and I still have like 10 left. And it's like a bajillion hours long. So, you know.
Well, I am home alone until the 16th.
Nice.
That's exciting.
So if Wednesday you guys want to start our group read of Velkwood, we could do that.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Gone Tuesday, and tomorrow I'm gonna have to do some canning because I just pulled like 100 tomatoes from the garden, from Nana's garden, who 3 days ago said, try not to let too much go to waste while I'm gone.
Okay.
Sure.
I read this thing that came with my book of the month.
It's like a free disappearing?
Spell for disappearing. It's like a free short story, and I didn't like it. It's told in third person, so it's like you are stacking shelves when it
second
happens.
person.
Whatever, second person. And it's basically about a girl that's trying to escape a relationship.
I can't tell you what book I DNF'd because it's for a secret project, but I did DNF a book that was not written in second person, but felt like it was, because it was like a person writing a letter to a lover, like their ex-husband. And so the whole story was like, we met in college and you were 21 and you had green hair and blue eyes and I fell in love with you the moment I saw it. Like the whole book is like that. And I was just like, I
don't want to read this.
Cannot. No. And then it got way worse with the actual plot and content. So yeah.
Well, let us know what you're working on tonight. Laura asked if anybody is participating in the magical readathon. I'm not. I think I did that once back when I was actually doing BookTube, and then I don't do readathons anymore.
Readathons make me feel bad about myself.
I'm supposed to be helping moderate Slayerfest, which is a Buffy the Vampire Slayer readathon that's going on this month. But this is really like the first time I've actually been on the internet in almost 3 weeks. So I have not been doing a very good job, but I also, have been in contact with Brittany and was like, I'm dying. So.
We also, just an update, are now on season 6.
Jeez, you guys are flying.
Yeah.
9.5 books into the month so far.
That's
impressive.
Yeah. It's what?
I don't know. I'm barely 9.5 books into the year, so
listen to a few books while my Jennifer Lane yarns.
I'm actually at like 13, so for the year.
Oh, you're crushing it. Hello.
Looking for Smoke was my 110th book of the year.
Nice.
I've been there before. I've been able to read like that before. I just haven't been the last couple years. Diary of Blood is a puzzlery? Sorry, I got very excited about that.
Ooh,
I'm excited.
I did read a new one.
I love apostolary books.
I do too. I read this, which somebody said was like House of
Leaves-esque.
Yeah. It is it's the closest I've gotten to House of Leaves.
I am reading that for a vlog in October.
I did like it. And then my cousin actually had read it too and like reached out to me when I posted about it on Instagram and was like, let me know what you think. So I did like it. Nothing is ever going to be House of Leaves for me, but this one was good.
I love books that mess around with like items like the apostolary. I like stuff that messes with the timeline, that messes with POVs. If it's told uniquely, I want to read it.
Yeah.
I have a 3-book vlog that's books like House of Leaves, supposedly. So I have We Used to Live Here. I have Horror Movie by Paul Tremblay, which I've been told is like House of Leaves, but lineary. And then episode 13, which was just recommended based off of those 3 books together, like House of Leaves, We Used to Live Here, and Horror Movie. Like when you put those in like a search together, there was like a list of books that it recommends that are like those. And that was recommended. So
very nice. I did also DNF that Roundabout, which is the one that never uses a letter E. I couldn't do it.
It doesn't use the letter A.
The whole book doesn't use the letter E.
E?
No E, not a single E.
So it just doesn't. So it just doesn't use the word if it has an E in it, or it uses the word but leaves the E out.
Nope, it's fully every word is non-E having.
That sounds awful.
It wasn't great. It was. I mean, I DNF'd it because I didn't. You do eventually kind of get over the way that they have to restructure sentences and use weird words because they're getting around the whole like not using an E. And to a certain extent, you start to just like forget about that and just like lean into the writing. But I didn't enjoy the plot either. So
you can't use the word the.
No.
Mm-mm.
And that's like one of the most common words in a book.
Mm-hmm.
The.
There's a whole lot of days. You can't mention a whole lot of days. There's just
God.
It was weird. It was real. There was his birthday had to be in like July because he couldn't have an E month. Like it was just a lot of things that you realize had to be reworked or just didn't feel like natural because they had to like readjust the words that they used. But
I think it would have been better had they just like blacked out all the E's so that it looked like a blackout story. I think that could have been more.
Yeah. It was also oddly meta. Like it was about a character who was aware that they were the main character of the author's story and refused to be the protagonist, so ran away from the story.
What if you wrote a book that was 26 chapters long, and in every chapter you didn't use a letter of the alphabet?
That would be difficult.
That would be awesome.
You do it.
It would end on a great note because how many words have the letter Z in it? I mean, it would be great.
Yeah, the last
could
one
not have a xylophone.
It just has to be like how many people were left alive. 0 is the last word. Like you can't. Like what do you do? Or you can't use Z.
Xylophone is XY, not Z. Ambi. So
I know that's for a different chapter.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I think I'm going to do one sprint of my news story and then head to bed and listen to a book during the second sprint. We are going to start the sprint. I promise. We're getting a late start. I've only read 15 today. Target 32, so I'm behind, but determined. You've got this. Yeah, Jess can do it. I'm not doing it. I
can't even write a regular book, let alone.
Yeah. Well, I have my query packages all ready to go. I worked on them this weekend, so I'm going to take the time to just relax today, and I am going to crochet. I'm making a blanket.
I mean, I'm already crocheting actively.
Yeah.
But I am going to run downstairs and work on something for my boss really quick.
Yeah. So we're going to get started. Are we ready for 45-minute sprints? You don't have a choice.
It's irrelevant.
You don't get a say.
And rhetorical. We're all wearing purpley red colors.
Thank you. We are. I had to whip out my sweatshirts because it was real cold here today.
It's real chilly.
You've got windows open, and I am actively cold, and I love it.
It was 37 here this morning.
Yeah, it's cold.
It was chilly this morning.
All right, friends, here we go. Are we
Good
single
luck.
speed?
Yes, but you're gonna have to mute me, so just in case. Good luck, everyone.
Okay.
We's back.
Let me get us in the right screen. How's everybody doing?
What if I don't want to be in the right screen?
Then you don't have to be. Whatever.
There. I put you in the wrong one.
Yeah.
I put you in the wrong one. How'd everybody do?
I helped my boss with the work thing.
You did.
Came back up, continued to crochet, and got 5 minutes into a Buffy episode.
5 whole minutes.
5 overtimes. I continue with the blanket and switch colors, which I have to do very frequently. That was it.
Because I've been rotting in a coffin for the last 3 weeks, I have not yet done my planners for September, which is, if you're unaware, the month that we're currently a third of the way into. A quarter of the way into. So I have about 5 minutes-ish left of my reading planner. I did get my regular planner done yesterday. The first week is irrelevant because today is the last day on the first week. But it's there.
But it's there.
I could have just done it without yesterday and thought about it, but I also started it like 2 or 3 days ago. So at the time, I was like, well, maybe I'll use this weekend.
You're doing what you can when you can. It's all good.
I really just want to do Octobers because I'm going to break out all of my Halloween washies and tapes and fun stuff.
I mean, once you're done September's, you could technically just move on to October's too.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Let's see. Somehow managed to get 406 words written. Love it.
It's great.
You're allowed to lurk. Lurk all you want. Lurking and cleaning.
Sounds technically, you're not lurking because you told us you're here.
Yep. No longer lurking. I need to clean. We need to clean, but I did get all my laundry done. So there's that.
How'd you
487 words. You what?
I said I do need to do that.
Yeah.
Put laundry in the dryer.
Do it. Got 897 words and finished chapter 10. Crushing it. Hello, Verena. Hello, Pete. Hello very much, I said. But now I'm tired, so I think I'm going to head out. We'll be participating in the next sprint by listening to an audiobook. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you get some rest and you start feeling better, because stomach bugs are no joke and they wipe you out and it's not nice. Everybody just needs to be feeling better, because yikes. Kelly's bouncing. Have fun bouncing. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great week.
Good night.
Have a fantastic week.
I'm gonna need foodstuffs in the next sprint. I'm hungry.
Been fighting a headache since I started this story 4 days ago, and I have gotten 8K. That's impressive. Also, I learned recently that it is not normal to have more than like, what was it, like 2 to 5 strong headaches a year?
A year?
A year.
Well, the 3 of us are fucked.
So I was like, it's an almost daily thing. Like more days of the week than not.
Well, that's just chronic migraines.
They're not migraines though. They're just, I get mild headaches. I get a lot of pressure headaches. I've been having a lot of like sinus issues.
I don't want to,
but
I want to like knock on wood, but I feel like a lot of my headaches were hormonal because since I started taking the birth control for my perimenopause, I have not been having very many headaches.
Very well could be for me then. But I do, like, I feel the pressure.
But like, knock on wood, really even good. My pressure headaches are like a slight pressure headache and then it goes away. Yeah. It's been okay. But there have been, I remember days where even since I had lived here, like I just all day, nothing would touch it. I would just kill me. And I haven't, since I started taking the birth control, I have not had that problem.
I have not had migraines nearly like I used to when I was younger, but mine were mostly tension just from the weight of my hair. And as I've gotten older, I've learned to keep my hair shorter, but also I don't have as much hair anymore as I did when I was younger. So
yeah.
Like the minute someone tells me that they constantly have migraines, I'm like, when was the last time you cut your hair?
Me about every week.
Sometimes when Amber's ready to leave the house.
Sometimes normally. Headache started from a pinched nerve. Oh yeah. Well then that'll be persistent until you get the nerve unpinched and unaggravated.
I think you might have a pinched nerve.
I mean, if there's a possibility, I have a lot of things. Who knows? What are you playing with?
Are you being mean to my cat?
No, she's being weird. She's been flattening her body underneath my like TBR cart that holds yarn, and then like having her legs stick out the back like a frog.
She's
with, like,
hiding.
The front of her body flat. She's not high. I can see the majority of her booty.
She's waiting for Molly to come by so she can attack her.
She's in the closet. The TBR cart's in the closet. Molly doesn't come by the closet.
Maybe she has trauma from that time I reached in there and grabbed her and she went.
She's been.
Maybe it's just cool under there. I don't know.
It's cool in the entire house.
It's cold everywhere. Ever it's cold outside.
It's cold out, man.
Maybe it's warm under there.
She's been.
I don't know.
She's been posting up by my feet a lot lately. Hi. Been doing lots of boops. Lots of booping.
I thought you said you have lots of boobs, and I was like, cats do. No. In fact, have lots of teats. But then I realized,
she's been, like headbutting my legs and stuff a lot lately.
I figured out where we went. Yeah.
I
just was lost for a minute.
Hi, baby. Hi, baby.
And sometimes she's even nice to me and lets me pet her in front of Julie, which is a big change.
Listen, I carried her. She was questionably debatable about it, but I did pick her up and carry her.
I think she's debatable about most of our interactions, but like allows it and then like occasionally initiates it and then immediately regrets her choices.
And then was like, oh, I didn't like this as much as I thought I would.
I take it back. I thought it would be okay. Not okay.
Not okay with any of this.
Back next week. Wish me luck. I'm in a murder mystery this weekend. So next time I am here, we will be done.
Nugget, go lay down.
We had one of those murder mystery kit dinners at like my sister's house one time, where like everybody gets their envelope and they get their roll and It was like 20s themed. So like everybody was like in their like flapper. It was the whole thing, right? We were prepped. We were prepared. I am a type A Virgo. I'm a rule follower. I follow the rules. Yeah, I know. I follow rules. So I am very seriously trying to figure out who committed said murder. And I'm with it. I'm in it. And I'm gonna win. I'm gonna do it right. Not a single person got it right because the person who was designated the killer decided they didn't like her and her boyfriend. She was the killer. She told her boyfriend. And between the two of them, they gave wrong clues and like not a single person got it right because they were like, well, I didn't want to be the killer, so we misdirected everybody. That's a part of the game, right? No, it isn't. So no one got it right. No one could have gotten it right because they were giving out wrong information. And I'm like, well, then like it's impossible for this entire thing had no point.
Why the hell are we even here?
I was big mad.
I hate the people that don't take it seriously and their first question is, who's the killer?
Yeah.
And I'm like, the point is for you to figure that out.
The point is to have fun just talking to people and figuring it out. But also,
I'm not type A, but I am a rule follower, but I love murder mysteries and I want to figure them out. I don't want clues. I want to figure this shit out.
Yeah. But it was impossible to. And we kept all like going around in circles. Like, none of this is making sense. And then we eventually just all took a guess. And then there was not a chance that we could have ever gotten it. I'm not mad about it. That was in easily 2011.
Have they never played a game of Clue before in their life?
Apparently not.
Like,
I love Clue.
Apparently not. I wasn't happy. I was a little angry. They weren't allowed to play games with us anymore.
Fucking right, they weren't.
Who was it?
It was a pair of Georgina and Tyler's friends that came to like Nicole's. They're since I don't think they're friends with them anymore. But it was
I wouldn't be friends with them anymore either.
It was ridiculous. How dare they? I might text my sisters and be like, remember when they did that? And I guarantee you they all will.
I'm still angry.
I'm still angry about it. I thought about it tonight and I'm still mad. Turns out I hold grudges.
Oh, ow.
Like, you should redo that. You should make a new one with people who actually want to figure it out.
I've never actually done one of those like dinner party ones where like everybody actually played correctly. I've only done that one.
I've never done one because no one ever wants to play with me.
Well, you need a little people. I don't like that many people, which is why I went to my sister's because she likes people. But then it didn't turn out.
She apparently didn't like the right people.
Right? And now I don't ever want to do it again because it gave me a bad experience. It was not nice. So yeah. But I do think we're going to get into another sprint because I was in a groove.
You're not allowed to sprint without me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, wait a second.
We don't know where you went.
So we are going to jump into it because we did chit chat a lot at the beginning. So when Jess comes back, we will start another sprint. And I'll see what else I can get done with my crocheting. And then now, for real this time, by the time we sprint again, I will have sent out queries. I'm very excited. I also did this week a ton of query research so that I could compile my list of agents to query.
Have you seen Katie's video? Her I got a book deal video.
I have not.
I saw the original. I saw one of them. Which one was it? I think I saw the one where it got sold, right?
It was like 3 days ago.
Oh no, not that one.
You probably saw the one where she got an agent.
Yeah, maybe. Well, maybe.
Probably.
I don't remember. No,
It's
I saw
a very,
Instagram post.
It was a very unicorn experience. Like the amount of time it took.
Yeah.
Very unicorny.
I'm not a unicorn.
Me neither.
Or a selkie. Or like I'm a bridge troll. And I,
Girl, I'm a bridge troll without a bridge, so
like I'm whatever average is, I live just below that.
Like in terms of magical things happen to me, like every now and then.
I don't think anything magical's ever happened to me.
I mean, have you ever? A bridge troll has to be at least partly magic, right?
I'm scaly like a bridge troll right now.
You are right now.
So
that you are. Are we ready to sprint now?
Yeah, we can sprint now. I don't want you to do it while I was gone.
I didn't want to do it while you were gone either.
And I had to let the dogs out or they were going to like murder me, I think.
But I started to say things and then I looked up and then you weren't there. So, I waited.
We didn't even notice that you left.
I waited.
Because we're not looking up. I was looking down at my crochet.
Amber said that the other day. She's like, man, the pillow moved. I can't see you. It's probably for the best. And I was like, that's rude.
Because you were gonna make me get the giggles, and I needed the space.
I can't see you. It's probably for the best.
And then I moved it so you could see me. And then later on, you were like, maybe you should have left the pillow up.
All right, here we go. Y'all don't care. We're sprint.
Good luck, everyone. back.
Hello, friends. My face looks
Hello, friends.
How are we doing?
I had food.
Oh, good. I'm
Too much food, probably.
leaving in the end of another row.
I did eat some snacks, some caramel apple Werther's Original Caramels.
So good.
Okay.
Limited edition at Aldi.
I wanted something salty and had like a smidge of a bag of hash browns left. Tater tots, not hash browns. Same thing, mini hash browns, if you will. So I put those in the air fryer. And then as I was putting those away, I went, ooh, cookie dough. And so then I put cookies in the oven. And then also was like, I can't just eat cookies and a handful of tater tots for dinner. That's not acceptable. And so then I took out leftover rice and picadillo, which is basically just like Hispanic sloppy joe sauce, kind of. And so I'm eating rice and that with chips.
Sounds
And
amazing.
Tater tots and cookies, apparently. So
I made a mistake and trusted Aldi with their no bake, ready to eat cookie dough, and it's disgusting. But did I have that? Yes.
mine's
Julie has trauma around wasting money.
Hmm?
Because Julie has trauma around wasting money.
I do. I was like, I bought it, so I'm gonna eat it.
I still have like a half a bowl of this stuff left. But whatever I don't eat, I'll probably just feed to Flash and Twix because I can't remember what day of the week I made it last week. I know it wasn't Sunday, but I don't remember if it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if I don't eat it today, then it'll just go to them. And in my opinion, that's never a waste because that's less dog food that they eat. And therefore, you know.
That's fair. I'm like, it's not good cookie dough, but even like bad cookie dough is still like cookie dough, but it's like
that's not true.
It's bad. It's pretty bad.
People say there's no such thing as bad cookies. There's no such thing as bad pizza. It is all untrue.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, we had bad pizza last week.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
Aldi had a barbecue chicken pizza.
It was so gross.
I like barbecue chicken pizza though.
Same. Normally, yes. This one was not good. Like the chicken on it was cooked to where it almost tasted like pulled pork. It was really weird.
It was a very odd texture, and they had like, I think the chicken had been cooked in the barbecue sauce, so instead of just putting sauce on the pizza, they just put a layer of chicken under the cheese. Ooh. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was not good.
You know those tubs of like the barbecue pulled pork and pulled beef that you could buy at the grocery store? That's like almost gelatinous.
Yeah.
That's what it tasted like, but it was supposed to be chicken.
They put that on a pizza dough. They put a layer of that on a pizza dough, put some cheese on it, and sold it to you.
They put like
corn and corn chips.
Corn and corn chips on top.
No.
It was not. It wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
No. Like barbecue chicken pizza is like crust and barbecue sauce, and some like grilled chicken is really good. Yep. And some red onion.
Correct.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Correct. I agree.
That would have been there, but that's not what it was.
And then we went, oh, we'll just try something different. And then now we know we're not going to do that again.
You know, that's the thing is they have those like weekly finds, and so their pizzas they have change every week.
Yeah.
And some weeks they don't have pizzas that Julie can eat because they'll just be beef or just be the red sauce. And then when we see ones that she can eat, we're like, yay, and we get them. And it's only like half and half. Sometimes they're good and sometimes they're really not good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I miss is there used to be an appetizer pizza at Olive Garden that was like an Alfredo sauce with fried chicken on it. So good.
Sounds good.
I miss it.
Yeah. I think there's a couple pizza places around here we still want to try because we've yet to find a local pizza place. And I think once we do, I'll stop buying every pizza that I see that I could potentially maybe eat.
Yeah.
Just want to find a good pizza place. Like when I want pizza, it doesn't happen all the time. Like I just want it to be good.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and good pizza should not be that hard to find. I mean, I know that you have some dietary restrictions, but it still shouldn't be that difficult.
No. Because I could be wrong, but I think even the places we tried where their white wasn't good, you still weren't crazy about their regular pizza. Mm-mm. So it's like not like it's just my issues. We're not finding good ones. But
you would think, being only a few hours from New York, that they would have good pizza everywhere. Apparently not.
That's neither here nor there. How'd everybody do? I did good things.
I'm into the next color.
Yay!
Love it. If I fold it.
Finished
correctly.
fam time. Now I can either read or get some editing done. I don't know which one you did, but hopefully it went well.
I feel like
I can fold it so you can see that it's like half of a.
It'll be half a sleeve, half a shirt. And then she'll sew the other side in and it'll be
It's like half.
Yeah.
You do 2 panels and then put them together. That's pretty much it.
Soma.
I mean, whatever.
Any big week plans? Any big plans for the week? Anything you're excited about?
I'm gonna learn how to can tomatoes. I mean, technically, okay. I've already learned. I've already read the thing that I needed to read.
You just have to do the thing now.
I have to do it. And I mean, I used to do it all the time when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I probably haven't done it for 25 years. So,
yeah.
You know,
we always made our own pickles up the mountains as kids with my mom. The house would reek of like vinegar, like hot vinegar. You just clear your sinuses out.
Oh, yeah.
It was a lot.
I've never canned anything in my life.
We made pickles a lot.
We used to do all of our own like canning tomatoes, as far as like diced tomatoes and tomato juice and stuff. And we also used to do deer processing all the time when I was a kid. And I couldn't do either right now without direct instruction. So
yeah.
I don't know that I could do deer processing anymore in general, but
no.
Well, I do come from a family that it's something that like they've done for a long time, and we were all raised with like doing that and then like using all parts of the animal for all things. And I don't really have a problem with that. My issue is that I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, I had some kind of like a stomach bug, and Mom had made like deer chili. And ever since then, like even just the smell of deer meat makes me want to vomit. So I don't think a room full of deer meat is the best place for me.
Oh my God. That's like one of the circles of hell for me.
I just choose not to eat it because I don't want to. I don't think that it tastes bad because I've had it before. I just don't. I don't live in the wilderness. I don't need to eat deer to survive.
No. I feel like when we were kids, my dad might have like tricked us into like having it.
My dad tricked me a lot into having it as a kid. Yeah.
But I've never knowingly had it.
I have. We definitely have, you know, like most places in the States do, we have like a deer season. But the area that I live in is so rural that it is such a big thing that the kids actually get the week off of school. And we know that there is like a family in the area that hunts year round, but it is like they're very poor and it is legitimately how they feed their children. So just no one says anything. Like we know that they're doing it, but they do it safely, and they do like bow hunting. They're not like out running around in the woods with shotguns all year long. And
they're not doing it just to do it and not using it. Like they're
right. They have many children and are very poor, and they use it. So
yeah,
gotta do what you gotta do.
I get it. I've gotten to a point where like I desperately don't want to become a vegetarian, but the meat that I do eat, which is not many, I still can't imagine I can't eat it on a bone or off a bone. I've gotten to that place. Like I used to be fine with like wings or like chicken legs or something with like a bone. Like I can't stomach it anymore.
I'm not a huge fan of chicken, but that's just in general. Like I don't think it has to be made really well. Like it's not my favorite thing. But as we've discussed, I have issues with shredded texture anyway.
Yeah.
The only pork I really like is like bacon and ham and sausage. I like ground meats, which is weird. I like steak. But I don't like roasts and things really.
Yeah. It's fair. We got to food. I knew we would.
We always get to food.
We always get to there.
I ate dinner, so we had to talk about food.
Yeah.
Did all of our friends run away, or like, are we not live on the internet, or?
No, everyone ran away. They're just going to talk about their own things now. We don't care, and they ran.
They're like, we don't like these people.
It's okay. We will be back on Sunday though for more sprints. I will be accountable and let you know how querying goes. I'm excited. I think that's it.
That's all we got.
That's all we got. That's all I have. That's for damn sure. So I think we're going to call it a night. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for getting stuff done. And we will see you next week.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan. Bye-bye.